Hey guys, so it is time for ye good ol' empties. I have a very full basket this season and lots of stuff to tell you guys about. I don't know about you guys, but I love empties videos. I love filming them. I love watching them. I just feel like it is so gratifying to finish any kind of beauty product. It takes a lot of work when you are someone that tests and reviews as many things as me. So I feel like this is a basket of accomplishment right here. And there's some good, there is some less good, and I am very excited to tell you all about it. So I'm just gonna start pulling things out of here based on how they're thrown in. They're not going to be in any semblance of order whatsoever. So with that being said, let's dive right on in. So right up on top here is the box, which used to contain the press-on nails that I was wearing in my last couple of videos, the blue ones with like the glitter. These are Kiss Gel Fantasy ready-to-wear gel nails. They're press-ons and they come with glue, but they also come with adhesive strips, so you can choose how you want to adhere them. I went with the adhesive strips because I was a little afraid of the glue, that I would have a harder time getting it off and it might damage my nails. The only downside to that was that the adhesive tabs I felt like just didn't last as long. I definitely had my pointer and thumbnails come off a couple of times. I had to like go back in and get new tabs and re-adhere them for them to last over a week. Usually I don't have that issue with the Impress nails, which are also by Kiss. Those ones I feel like they're a little bit thinner. Maybe that's why they just tend to stick on a little bit better. But these ones were really cool. They had an interesting kind of like almond shape to them. They were quite a bit longer than the Impress nails. They say they were a medium length, but for me, they were pretty long. So there is no dry time. There is nothing to worry about with these press-on nails. They just advise that you wait like an hour after application before getting your hands wet, so that way the glue has time to kind of set in. And on that note, I don't know if this is really the kosher way to remove these, but I've noticed it both with these and with the Impress nails. If I take a bath, and this is like, let's say when I'm getting to the point where I want to take them off anyway, so it's been, over 5 days that I've had the nails on. If I take a bath and my fingers have been soaking in hot water for a while, the glue on these like immediately becomes really super soft, and peeling them off is like a piece of cake. Moving along, I've got some little hair care minis here. I've been trying to be better about styling my hair, although to be honest, today I didn't really do much of anything. It is so hot out right now, and I don't know about you guys, but when I am hot and it's humid and I just feel like sluggish and blah, like the last thing I feel like doing is curling my hair and heat styling it. But these dry texturizing sprays are the best way to give your hair a little something something with very minimal effort. So this is a mini of the Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast. I've talked about this before on my channel a bunch of times. This guy's pretty great for adding texture to your hair, adding volume. You just spray it in and it just kind of immediately gives your lifeless hair a little bit of zhuzh. And then for the first time I tried the Bumble Thickening Dryspun Finish, which is a very similar kind of deal, although I think I like the way this smells better than the Living Proof. And this was nice. It also, again, added quite a bit of texture, added volume, but it wasn't like overly gritty, overly sticky. I thought it was nice. So like, I don't know if I'm gonna go out and buy this anytime soon in full size because I have a lot of other texturizing sprays I'm trying to get through, but if somebody gave me a full size of this, I would definitely still use it. Now this one would be sad if I didn't already have a backup jar. I actually felt pretty proud of myself for finishing this down to the last drop. This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. Yes, it's supposed to be pronounced boom boom, not bum bum, but I'm not gonna judge you. Pronounce it however you like. So if you have never used this body lotion, you gotta go to Sephora and smell it. It is pure heaven. It's got a pistachio caramel scent to it, and it is just decadent. The texture of this is super thick, silky. It takes a little while to rub into your skin. I find I have to like really work it in there, but once it's in, man, your whole body just feels super moisturized, super smooth and soft, and if you go out into the sunlight, it makes your skin sparkle like you're some kind of glowing goddess. So I really do truly love this stuff, and as you can see, I have literally used every last bit of this. I was not going to let any Boom Boom cream go to waste. The downside, it's really expensive. Like, I'm not gonna lie. $44 for a body lotion is kind of insane. Would I tell anybody that they need to spend that much money on a body lotion? Absolutely not. But if you wanted to treat yourself, I do think it will not disappoint you. It's awesome. It's very hydrating. Again, it smells amazing. The scent really does last a very long time. And the shimmer is just like an extra fun thing. So I already have another jar of this sitting in my nightstand right now that I'm going to be cracking into. So I don't have to be without this guy. I also got a little like mini travel size in FabFitFun for summer, which was amazing, along with the shower gel cream that they make, which I have previously emptied and used before. That stuff is also awesome. So let us do a complete 180 and talk about some stuff that I'm not so into. Neither one of these are actually completely empty, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't even want to force myself to keep using these when I have so much other skincare that I would rather be using. So this is the Pacifica Pineapple Cleanse Oil Slaying Face Wash, and this isn't bad. Okay, so this one I feel like is more of just kind of like an okay product. I found it to be a little bit drying on my skin, and yes, I'm oily, but that doesn't mean I like cleansers that really suck all of the life out of my face, because then I feel like my skin produces more oil to compensate. So like this smelled nice. I mean, it's pineapple, it's very tropically, the packaging, super cute. Pacifica always knocks it out of the park with that. But I just didn't really feel like this did anything super spectacular for my skin. There are other face washes I like a lot better. The Derma E Anti-Aging Cleanser is also kind of tropical. It's got papaya infused in it, and I think that one is so much better. Way less drying on my skin, and it's also infused with glycolic acid for a little extra exfoliation. So I'm just at the point where I'm just gonna declutter this. Even though there's still a bit left, I'm just like, I'm over it. And then this guy I tried to make myself use for a while, and again, I was like, why? Why am I doing this to myself? So this is the Formula 1006 So Totally Clean Micellar Cleansing Water, and this burns the crap out of my eyes, which is very unfortunate and also something I feel like I don't need to tolerate. I have 2 things of Bioderma in my cabinet right now, and Bioderma does not irritate my eyes at all. I also just got sent in PR Pixie's new vitamin C juice cleanser, which is their version of a micellar water. That one, again, no stinging, no burning. It leaves my skin feeling very clean, and it has some nice hydrating ingredients in it. This, I always felt like it left a film on my skin, and again, it irritated my eyes, so I'm just like, nah, I'm over it. This was only like $6 or $7, so I feel zero regrets throwing it away. So it seems like all at once, I finished up a whole bunch of brush cleaning products. I had been working on these guys for a very long time, and it seems like for whatever reason, they all just came to an end at once. So first I have the Purity Made Simple One-Step Facial Cleanser from Philosophy. Now obviously, this is a face wash. It's not a brush cleanser, but I personally didn't love how it felt on my face, and I also absolutely hated the way it tasted. Like if you're washing your face with this, there's like, for whatever reason, you get water on your mouth, and this just leaves the most bitter, awful taste in your mouth whenever you wash your face. Couldn't get into it. So I decided, because this is a 16-ounce bottle, like there was so much product in here. Once I got halfway through this, I was just like, I don't even want to use it anymore, but I don't want to waste it. So I decided to use it to wash my makeup brushes. And it actually did a fantastic job of that. Obviously, with it being a face wash, it did a good job of like breaking down foundation and makeup and whatnot in my brushes. So that actually took me a long time as a brush cleanser to get through. I'm of course not planning on repurchasing it, although to be honest, like if I was able to get this on a really good sale for the amount that's in here, like 16 ounces, I might consider repurchasing it as a brush cleanser over some other things, just because I may actually save money that way. Like for example, this guy is only 4 ounces, and this was really, really nice. Actually, I felt like this did a great job of cleaning my makeup brushes, but I'm pretty sure if I was to repurchase it, it would be kind of on the expensive side. This is the Japonesque Conditioning Makeup Brush Shampoo with Argan Oil, and this really does condition your makeup brushes so nicely. I've definitely used some cleansers, even like Dr. Bronner's. I feel like it really dries my brushes out. This, however, you could just tell after you rinsed them, the bristles just felt conditioned. They were really nice, and it definitely does get makeup out of your brushes, even foundation and concealer, which some brush cleansers really struggle with. So I would totally use this again. The only thing that kind of sucks is I remember buying this from Kohl's on like uber clearance because I think they were like getting rid of the brand. So I got this for like $2 or $3, which you really can't beat. I think it retails for like $16. So I don't know. I would definitely be happy to use this again, but I'm not going to run out of a purchase right now. I do have, as I said before, a bunch of other brush cleansers on hand, so I'm going to use those first. But if you were curious about this, I do think it works nicely. And then this is honestly like the rock star, and I didn't want to love this just because it's so expensive, but I'm not gonna lie, it freaking works. This is the Beautyblender Solid Cleanser, and honestly, there is nothing else I've used that cleans my beauty sponges as well as this. It gets very sudsy. It totally breaks down foundation super well. It gets my beauty sponges, not just my Beauty Blender, but any of my sponges, like looking basically like new. So as much as it pains me, because this is like $16, I don't think I will use anything else until I find another solid cleanser that surpasses it. Speaking of beauty sponges, I do have one sponge in my Empties, and I decided it was finally time to throw this guy away. It's starting to get little tears and such in it, but we had a really good run. This is the Japonesque Kumadori beauty sponge, and it is my absolute favorite sponge that I have ever used. This guy retails for $10. You can still find Japonesque at Walgreens. I just picked up a new one of these very recently. And this sponge is deceiving when it's dry because it feels like it's gonna be stiff, but I swear once you wet it, it is so pillowy soft. It's a nice size. It applies makeup beautifully. Honestly, I like it better than the Beauty Blender because the Beauty Blender, to me, I feel like it tears faster. It bleeds like crazy. That honestly drives me nuts. For a sponge they're selling for $20, it shouldn't be bleeding pink every single time I wash it. None of my other beauty sponges do that, so I don't understand why Beauty Blender can't get it together. Anyway, I never have that problem with this. It also has a really beautiful marbled detail. It's the same shape as a Beauty Blender, so you've got a nice precision pointed end to get right into all the nooks and crannies on your face. You have the, rounded end on the bottom to kind of bop things out. It's just fantastic. I really enjoy it. The one thing I will note, and this is just a general aside for all sponges, make sure that you really wring it out well. It should be damp, not wet. This guy can soak up a lot of water, so really make sure you're giving it like several good squeezes over your sink before you take it back to your desk to get ready, just because I feel like if it's too wet, it's going to affect the way that your foundation applies. Next, I've got a couple of body washes. One is totally empty, the other one is like most of the way there, so I'm gonna just talk about it now. So the one that I finished up is this Eden Bodyworks body wash with coconut, shea, and vitamin E. This I got from a Generation Beauty event, and I have not seen this anywhere. I've not heard anybody talk about it since, but I actually really liked it a lot. It's a sulfate-free body wash. It smelled like coconuts. It got my skin really clean, and it didn't dry it out. I have no idea how expensive it is for me to repurchase. I'm sure I could probably Google the website and order it directly from them, but I'm honestly probably not going to do that because I've got a huge thing of Dove body wash I'm working through right now, and then I've got the Sol de Janeiro one on deck after that, so I don't really need to purchase body wash at this very moment. But if you ever happen to stumble across this guy out in the world somewhere, just know it's actually really nice. This, however, I was not as huge of a fan of, and I definitely will not be repurchasing. This is the Hempz Age-Defying Exfoliating Herbal Body Scrub. So I love body scrubs, and this has glycolic acid and hemp seed oil, which are two ingredients I'm really into. So I was all excited about this guy. But honestly, I didn't really feel like this was a great exfoliant, nor was it a great body wash. There aren't enough gritty particles in here, I feel like, for you to get a really good scrub. And the actual gel it's suspended in is quite thick and just doesn't really let the grit really get to your skin and do its thing. It's kind of hard to explain. I just didn't really feel like it was super effective. And honestly, for glycolic acid to work, you kind of have to let it sit on your skin for a little bit. So normally what I try to do is rub it on and then not rinse it off for 30 seconds to hopefully let the glycolic acid do its thing. But honestly, I feel like it's far enough down on the ingredients list that it's probably not doing a whole lot anyway. So yeah, this to me was just kind of a very meh product, something I'm just trying to make myself use up, but I'm not really loving it. I have so many other body scrubs I enjoy more. The Brooklyn Botany ones, fantastic. And as far as Hempz go, I feel like they have a lot of other products that are way better than this. Actually, their shave gel is amazing, and I haven't repurchased it in a while, and I might just need to do that. Moving on to some more hair stuff. So I have a shampoo, but I don't have the conditioner. Now, I don't know about you guys. I feel like I'm the only person that this happens to, but I always finish my shampoo before my conditioner. I feel like so many people talk about it the other way around, but I never finish conditioner first. Part of it is I have very fine hair, so I don't like to put in a ton of conditioner. I also don't like to condition too close to the roots because then my roots get greasy. So I feel like I always end up using more shampoo than I do conditioner. Also, I like to use a lot of deep conditioning masks, so I feel like I rotate through those with my conditioners pretty frequently, and then I'm still using the shampoo every time, and the conditioner doesn't always get used. So alas, I've got a shampoo without its friend. The conditioner is still in my shower at the moment. But this is the Neon & Co. Good Hair Shampoo, and I actually really did like the duo. This is a sulfate-free shampoo, so it doesn't get real sudsy, but if you study anything about surfactants and cleansers and whatnot, things that are super sudsy are not necessarily the best for your skin because a lot of times they're overly drying and they're stripping your skin. So I still always felt like at the end of the day, my hair got clean whenever I used this, and it never got like overly dried out. This smelled really nice. It kind of had a fruity sort of scent to it. It was really pleasant, and the conditioner that goes with it is not too heavy. It was really nice. So overall, was happy to use this. I sound like a broken record, but I'm not going to repurchase right now because I have like 5 other sets of shampoo and conditioner to use up. Right now I'm using the Derma E Therapeutic shampoo and conditioner, the Scalp Relief line, and the Pacifica Super Kale shampoo and conditioner. So that's currently where I'm at, but again, I would be happy to use this again in the future. I did think it was really nice. And then there's this guy. This is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. I don't know that this actually really did anything. I bought this over a year ago because I was having dandruff issues. My scalp was getting really flaky and I wasn't sure why. But either way, I don't think that this really made a significant difference in the flakiness of my scalp. Switching up my shampoo and conditioner, I felt like did a better job of that. And considering that this is $40 something, I don't know. I don't feel like it was worth purchasing. I would not repurchase this. I am still very curious though about their charcoal scalp scrub. That I feel like would actually be more effective at kind of helping to get rid of flakiness because it's actually exfoliating your scalp. Okay, so moving right along, I have this guy here, the Pixie Double Cleanse. This was a collab with Caroline Herons, and this is basically like a 2-in-1 cleanser. You have a balm on one side and a cream cleanser on the other. Yes, there's still a little bit of product left in here, but this is very old, so I just realized like I kind of need to get rid of it, but I did use it a fair amount. I feel like it wasn't totally wasted, you know? So as far as how this worked as a cleanser, I thought it was really nice. The cleansing oil part, the balm, does really effectively break down your makeup. And then there's kind of like that gentle cleansing cream. You go in after you use the cleansing oil and rinse to remove any of the residual oil. And I thought it was effective. It was gentle. I didn't find that it like irritated my eyes or anything like that. It's just messy, especially because it's all in like an open jar and you're going from one side to the next while your hands are all gunky and wet and dirty, and it's very easy to get your wet, dirty hands into the cream cleanser and then it just kind of gets gross looking, which maybe you won't care about at all and it won't matter to you. I'm kind of like weirdly obsessive about that kind of stuff, so it drove me like a little bit crazy. But it didn't stop me from using this on the regular. So yes, I do think this is a nice product. If you are looking for a cleansing balm or you want to try double cleansing and you want to minimize the number of products you have in your bathroom cabinet, this is a great thing to opt for because you're getting 2 things in one. It's also very travel friendly being in a jar. It's plastic. It's like not going to break on you or anything. All right, let us finish up the skincare before we move on to makeup. I have the Pixie Overnight Glow Serum here. This I feel like I didn't fully use, but it started to get very goopy and dried out. I think it's old, so I just need to throw it away. This was nice. I did enjoy it. It's an AHA exfoliant. It does kind of like tingle / burn a little bit when you first put it onto your skin because it is like chemically breaking down the dead skin on your face, but it worked pretty nicely. I feel like this is a nice like lower cost alternative to all the expensive glycolic acid and AHA overnight serums you're seeing on the market right now. So like I got the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow in my Box Deluxe box last month, and I absolutely have been loving that guy, but it's like almost $60. So if you don't want to shell out that kind of money, I think this one is $24. So not like super cheap, but it's not going to completely break the bank. So if you were interested in trying that type of product, I think this one is nice. The only downside is apparently if you don't use it up within, I would say, 6 months to a year, it does start to get kind of like gloopy, gloppy, weird. Then I have a bag here of the Shiseido facial kinds. I finally splurged and picked one of these guys up, I think during the Sephora VIB sale in the fall or winter. And it took me a little while to go through this pack, I'm not gonna lie. You do get a lot in here. There are 165 like little rectangles, and they're a really good size, so you rarely need to use like more than one to like remove all your eye makeup or whatnot. And I do have to say that like I understand why so many people love these. They are insanely soft, like so smooth and soft for a cotton pad, and they do not fall apart at all. They never leave any little bits of cotton behind on your skin. They apply toners and makeup removers and all that kind of stuff really beautifully. So like it's the kind of thing that's super bougie. I mean, it is cotton, for crying out loud. Like you're gonna, use it and then throw it away, and it's I think like $12 for a pack of these. So it's not the kind of thing that I feel like I would switch to, that I would use instead of just like my regular Walmart or Target beauty rounds. But it's the kind of thing I might splurge on occasionally, like especially when there's a sale or if I had a gift card or something like that, because they are really, really nice. I will give them that. Then I've got two little things of wipes here, one of which was like a little travel pack I got in PR from Pixie. These, not so good, like not at all. And you guys know, I really enjoy Pixie, but these cleansing cloths like did nothing. They do not remove makeup well at all, in my opinion. These are the makeup melting cleansing cloths with chamomile and rose. They smelled delightful, very nice, and I didn't find them to be irritating per se. I just didn't really feel like they did a good job of removing makeup, so these would not be something I would recommend going out and buying. If anything, I would say save your money and buy these e.l.f. ones, because these do a fantastic job of taking off your makeup. And I primarily use these to remove swatches. There were a couple of times where I was feeling super lazy and I used them to take off my makeup, and they do really work. These are the hydrating water cleansing cloths. You only get 20 in here, but I think this pack is like $3 or $4. It's really very affordable. And these open up to be a really nice size. They're not too small. They're very saturated with product, so I feel like they don't get too dried out before you even have a chance to take all your makeup off. And they didn't irritate my eyes at all. So these were awesome. I am trying to get away from buying makeup wipes. I'm trying to use my makeup eraser and cleanser because I just feel like they're kind of wasteful, but I do like to have like a pack on hand here and there to remove swatches, and sometimes I get sent them in PR, so I tried to like use those for that purpose first instead of going out and buying new ones. And then I've got a couple of sheet masks. I haven't been apparently sheet masking a whole lot lately. I've been using a lot of other masks, and for whatever reason just haven't been doing as much in the way of sheet masking. I've got these Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Rose Gold Eye Masks. These are really nice, but they are very bougie and splurgy. Like a pack of them is, I don't know, it's pretty up there. I feel like each one of these is like $4 or $5, and it's a single-use kind of product, so not necessarily going to be in everybody's budget, but I feel like for special occasions, or if you feel like treating yourself, they are really nice. They do definitely hydrate the under eye area, help it to be a little bit more smooth for makeup application. So like if you do have like a really special event and you want your under eyes to look a little more flawless, these will help. Then this I just used the other day. This is the Karuna Clarifying Face Mask. These Karuna masks are really nice. They're very, very serum heavy. They're very like drippy. So if you don't like a really wet sheet mask, you might not be into these so much. But I feel like they do absorb nicely into the skin. They do leave your skin feeling really soft, looking kind of nice and glowy and radiant. And I feel like the material they're made out of feels nicer, feels a little bit more luxurious, so I do generally enjoy these a bit. And then of course, Leader 7 Wonders. I've tried I think like every 7 Wonders mask that Leaders makes, and I like all of them. They are my favorite sheet masks, I think, because they are super, super thin, and they're made of biocellulose, so they basically like completely adhere to your skin perfectly. They don't slip slide around at all. They're not super wet and like drippy, and I feel like they just really make your skin, again, look very plumped and glowy, but they don't leave like a ton ton of serum on your face afterwards and make you feel like you have to like towel yourself off. Some sheet masks, I feel like if I don't remove some of the excess serum from my face, I will be super tacky for the rest of the day, and I don't have that problem with these ever. And then finally, let's talk about some makeup. First, I have 3 mascaras that I'm throwing away. I've got the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This was what I was using for the last several months. And I had used this in the past, so this was kind of a product I was retesting again. And while I think this is a decent mascara, it's definitely not my favorite. I do feel that after several hours of wear, it starts to flake, which does annoy me a little bit. Like, I don't want to have little black flecks all under my eyes after a few hours, so that I didn't love. And the effect that it gives on the lashes, it adds volume, it adds length, it's very black, but it's not like the most volumizing. It doesn't give me the best, most dramatic look. Honestly, I'm really liking the new Damn Girl mascara quite a bit better than this. Like, so if I was going to purchase one of the two, I would definitely get the Damn Girl and not this one. And then there is the Revlon Volumizing mascara. I think I used this maybe like 2 to 3 months ago. And this was another one that was just very underwhelming. I don't think it was bad in that it didn't make my lashes look terrible. It also just didn't make them look fantastic either. You really have to layer this guy up to actually get any volume. And even then, it was the kind of mascara that I don't feel like layers especially well. It takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and then it might start to get clumpy. It also is not the most budge proof. It is prone to a little bit of flaking, so I don't know. For a drugstore mascara, I think there are better things out there. I still right now believe that the Lash Paradise is my drugstore favorite. And speaking of which, the other mascara that I promptly threw away is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, which used to be my previous holy grail before the Lash Paradise, and I, repurchased it recently to test it out again, and really didn't like it. I felt like this did nothing for my lashes. It kind of clumped them together. It didn't have enough lift. It didn't have enough separation, and it was a bear to get off. Honestly, I could go in with an oil-based cleanser, wash my face, go in with micellar water, remove it again, and then still have raccoon eyes in the morning after I took a shower. Like, I don't know why this is so difficult to get off, but I'm just not here for it. I don't really feel the need to keep on using it, so I'm just gonna say goodbye. Another one I'm saying goodbye to is my Tarte Shape Tape. We had a good run here. I actually already have a backup, so I'm not going to be Shape Tapeless at all, don't you worry. And this honestly is mostly empty. I've been trying to pan it for a while. I just think it's old. The shelf life on this says 6 months, and I've probably had it for a year and a half, so it is like triply expired now, and I can just kind of tell with the way that it sets and the way that it wears, it's just not exactly the same consistency as it used to be, especially now that I've cracked into a fresh tube. So you guys know, it's my favorite concealer. I love it. I talk about this all the time, so I'm not going to go into it more than that. But yeah, that needed to be thrown away. I finally finished this Urban Decay Quick Fix Hydrocharged Complexion Prep Priming Spray sample that I talked about in my mini product project pan. Wow, this whole thing is like a tongue twister. I need to get it together. Anyway, this was surprisingly very nice. I actually loved the way that this helped my makeup to go on, because it really does make your skin kind of nice and tacky before you go in with primers or foundation, and I feel like everything just kind of glides on a little bit more smoothly. This is infused with coconut water, so it smells really good. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't really like this. The full size is very expensive, and I have no shortage of facial sprays, so I really don't have any way to justify buying this. But it is something I would love to use again in the future. I do think it was really nice. And then finally, last but not least, I've got a couple of eyeliners and a brow pencil. This is the JCat Precision Micro Slim Brow Pencil. This guy's like $5, $6, and it's really nice. The packaging is super flimsy and not the best, but the actual product itself is very similar to Anastasia Brow Wiz. So if you don't want to spend $20-something on that, this is a great alternative. And then I have 2 liquid liner pens. I have the Pixie Lash Line Ink and the Sigma Liquid Pen Eyeliner. Both of these are dried up and old, so I need to throw them away. Both of these guys are felt tip eyeliner pens. I feel like they both were very black. I think the Pixie one was more likely to kind of smudge or bleed than the Sigma. This guy I do think was really nice, but I feel like it dried out a little bit fast. I didn't expect it to dry out as quickly as it did. It could have been that I had it sitting around for a long time before I used it. It also could have been the types of products I was using it with. I feel like any kind of glitter primer and things like that, they really gunk up the tip of a felt pen and just make it so the liner cannot glide smoothly anymore. I did try to like clean it with makeup remover to see if that would help, and it didn't really. So honestly, I have a backup of this, so I didn't mind throwing it away. I'm pretty sure it's old anyway, but I would definitely use this again. It was a really nice liquid liner pen. And this one was also decent, but honestly, I feel like the liner that they had in the Whaley collab from last year that had the gel pen on one side and the felt tip on the other, I felt like the nib on that pen was better than this. This guy is a little bit on the long side, like as you guys can see. It comes to a nice point and it's pretty easy to use, but I felt like the other one was just a little bit shorter and had just a little bit more control. So this was fine. I didn't really have like serious complaints with it, but I don't think I liked it as much as I liked this guy. Alright guys, so that is it. Those are all of my beauty empties for this season. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble about all of them. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and definitely let me know if you've tried any of these products, what you think of them. Have you had the same experience as me? Is it completely different? Do we have totally different preferences, skin types, etc.? Let us all know in the comments down below. And on that note, I'm gonna clean up all this trash, but I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.